Hello, and welcome to Super English Talks. I'm very happy that you are here with me today. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. My name is Jara, and my goal is simple: to help you practice English while also learning something useful for your life. In every episode, we talk about real-life topics. We use clear, simple English so that you can understand, learn, and improve step by step. If you are learning English and want to get better at listening, speaking, and understanding, you are in the right place. Today's topic. Today, I want to talk about something very important. The topic of this episode is stop waiting for the right time. The perfect moment is now. Why this matters. Maybe you are waiting for the right time to start something new. Maybe you want to learn English. Maybe you want to change your job. Maybe you want to start a new project. Or maybe you have a big dream that you want to follow. But instead of starting, you keep saying to yourself, I will start later. I will start when the time is right. Have you ever said that? I know I have. Many people have. And this is a big problem. The illusion of the perfect time. Many of us think we must wait for the perfect moment before we can begin. We wait for the right day, the right mood, the right energy, or the right situation. But here's the truth. The perfect time almost never comes. There is always something that feels wrong. There is always something missing. There is always some excuse that can stop us. That is why we must learn this important lesson. You don't need the perfect time. You just need to start. Why waiting is dangerous. When we wait, time passes. Days pass. Weeks pass. Sometimes years pass. And while we wait, we lose chances. We lose opportunities. We lose valuable time that will never come back. Waiting feels safe, but it is actually dangerous. It keeps us stuck. It keeps us from moving forward. Why starting now matters. Starting now, even if it is small, is powerful. You don't have to feel ready. You don't have to feel confident. You don't have to know everything. You just need to take the first step. Even a small action, like studying English for 5 minutes today, can create big results over time. It's like planting a seed. A small seed grows into a big tree if you give it time. The same is true for your goals and dreams. What we will do in this episode. In this episode, we will look at what people really mean when they say, I'm waiting for the right time. Talk about why the perfect moment doesn't really exist. See how waiting can hurt us and why it makes us lose opportunities. Learn why starting now, even in a very small way, can lead to big results. Finally, I will share some simple, practical ideas that you can use today to take your first step. It doesn't need to be big. It just needs to begin. Are you ready? So, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to take a small step with me today? In this episode, you are not only going to learn a new idea, you are also going to improve your English by listening, understanding, and maybe even speaking along with me. So, let's begin today's episode of Super English Talks. Remember this. The perfect time is not tomorrow. The perfect time is now. Simple and extended version. Many people think that one day life will be easier. They imagine that one day everything will be simple, calm, and problem-free. They believe that in the future there will be a better moment, a perfect moment. A moment with no fear, no stress, and no difficulties. But here's the truth. That perfect moment almost never comes. Dreams on hold. Many people have big dreams and big goals, but they don't take action. They keep their dreams on hold. For example, someone wants to learn English, but says, I'll start when I have more free time. Someone wants to open a small business, but says, I'll start when I save more money. Someone wants to get healthier, but says, I'll begin when the weather is better. Do you see the pattern? There is always a reason to wait. There is always an excuse. But here's the problem. The longer we wait, the harder it becomes to start. Our mind gets used to waiting. After a long time, we may even forget our dream or stop believing in it. Why do people wait? Let's think about why people wait. 1. Fear. One big reason is fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of failure. Fear of looking silly. Fear of feeling uncomfortable. This is very common when learning a language. Many learners say things like, "I'll speak English when I'm better at grammar. I'll join a conversation class when I know more words." But here's the problem. The more we wait, the less practice we get. And without practice, we don't improve. So the fear grows bigger and bigger. And the dream of speaking English feels farther and farther away. 2. Perfection. Another reason people wait is perfection. They want the perfect plan, the perfect tools, the perfect situation, and the perfect mood. But real life is not perfect. Things go wrong. Plans change. We feel tired. We get busy. We don't feel ready. And that's okay. Life is not about being ready all the time. Life is about learning while we go. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin, even if things are not 100% right. 3. Time. Sometimes people wait because they think they have plenty of time. They say to themselves, "I can do it later. I still have many years." But time moves very fast. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years. One day, we look back and say, "Why didn't I start earlier?" That feeling, regret, is very painful. It makes us wish we had used our time better. That's why we need to remember, time is not unlimited. Every day is a chance to take a small step forward. How waiting stops us. Now, let's talk about how waiting for the right time can actually stop us. When we wait, we don't take action. When we don't take action, nothing changes. We stay in the same place. We think, we plan, we dream, but we don't do. And when we don't do, we feel stuck. It's like sitting in a car but never turning on the engine. You have the car. You have the road. But you never start the journey. The danger of doubt. Waiting can also create doubt. We start to believe things like, "Maybe I can't do it. Maybe I'm not strong enough." But this is not true. Everyone has the power to start. Everyone can take one small step. The problem is this. The more we wait, the more we doubt ourselves. And when doubt becomes a habit, it is very hard to move forward. Important questions. So, if you have ever said to yourself, "I'm waiting for the right time," I want you to stop and think. What are you really waiting for? What would need to happen for it to feel perfect? Is that moment really coming? Or is it just an excuse to delay your dream? The truth. Here is something very important to remember. There is no perfect time, but there is a real time, and that time is now. The only way to change your life, improve your skills, or build your confidence is to start. Even if it's small, even if it's not perfect, even if you feel scared, taking one step today is better than waiting for 10 perfect steps tomorrow. Simple and extended version. So now that we understand what waiting for the right time really means and how it can stop us, let's move to the next part. In this section, we will talk about something very important: why the perfect moment doesn't exist. At first, this might sound a little sad. You may think, what? The perfect moment doesn't exist? That's bad news. But actually, it's good news. It means we don't have to wait anymore. We don't need to waste time searching for something that isn't real. We can begin now with what we already have. No time is perfect. Let's be honest. No time is ever completely perfect. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you are tired. Maybe the weather is bad. Maybe your schedule is full. Maybe you have other problems or worries. This is normal. This is life. Life always has small problems and daily challenges. So if we keep waiting for everything to be just right, we will always find a reason to delay. The truth about the perfect moment. The perfect moment is not something we find. The perfect moment is something we create by taking action. Think about your own life. Has everything ever been 100% perfect? Probably not. And if you wait for a time when you feel completely ready, no stress, no fear, no problems, no distractions. You might wait forever. There will always be some noise around us. There will always be things we cannot control. That's why the best time to start is not when we feel ready. The best time to start is when we decide to begin, even if life is not perfect. Challenges will always be there. Another truth is this. Challenges are part of life. No matter when you start, you will face some difficulties. If you wait for a time without problems, that time will never come. Let's imagine. You don't start learning English today because you're too busy. Next month, maybe you get sick. The month after that, maybe you have exams or work stress. The problems change, but they never disappear. So if we keep waiting for a problem-free life, we will never move forward. Later is not always easier. Many people believe that later will be easier, but often later is actually harder.
Why? Because
we lose energy. We lose motivation. We grow older. Our responsibilities grow bigger. So the best time to start is while the idea is still fresh in our mind. When you feel the desire, take action immediately. Even if the step is small, it puts you on the path. It gives you momentum. And momentum builds habits. Habits are powerful because they keep us moving forward, little by little. Example, learning English. Let's use a clear example, learning English. Many people want to speak English better, but they don't begin. They say things like, I'll start when I have more time. I'll study when I feel more confident. I'll join a class when my job is less busy. But what happens? Days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and nothing changes.
why?
Because life is always busy. There is always something else to do. The secret of progress. The learners who make real progress are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who start right now. And here's the good part. You don't need a perfect study plan. You don't need to speak like a native. You don't need 1 full hour of free time. You can start small. Listen to a short podcast. Read a few sentences in English. Speak out loud for 5 minutes. Write 1 short paragraph in your notebook. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Now, let's talk about something many people don't think about until it's too late. Waiting can actually hurt you. Yes, waiting feels safe. It feels easy. When you wait, you don't have to face fear. You don't have to face hard work. You don't have to face failure. But here's the truth. Waiting has a price. It doesn't protect you forever. In fact, waiting slowly takes things away from you. Things like opportunities, time, and confidence. 1. Lost opportunities. One of the biggest things we lose when we wait is opportunity. Every single day brings new chances. A chance to meet someone new. A chance to learn something useful. A chance to practice, to grow, to move forward. But if you are always waiting, you might miss these chances without even knowing it. Opportunities don't wait for us. They appear and then they disappear. If we don't take them, someone else will. Think about this example. You see a free online English course. You think, I'll sign up later. I'm too busy now. A few weeks pass. You check again, but the course is full. You missed it. Or maybe your friend invites you to join an English-speaking club. You feel nervous, so you say, not yet. I'll go next time. But then next time never comes. These small decisions may feel simple, but they can open big doors in life. When we keep saying not now, we are actually closing those doors ourselves. 2. Lost time. Another thing we lose when we wait is time. Time is one of the most valuable things we have. And once it's gone, we can't get it back. When we say, I'll do it next month often turns into next year. And while we wait, life keeps moving. During that time, we could have been learning, growing, improving. Think about it. Even doing just a little bit each day adds up. But doing nothing changes nothing. 3. The pain of regret. And when we finally realize we've lost opportunities and wasted time, we feel something even worse, regret. Regret is painful. It makes us wish we had started earlier. It makes us think, if only I had taken action when I had the chance. This is why waiting is not safe. It feels safe in the moment, but in the long run, it hurts us more than starting ever could. Think about learning English. You can read grammar books every day, watch hundreds of videos, or listen to podcasts, but the real growth begins when you actually use the language. When you try to speak, even if it's just a simple sentence, your brain starts connecting the dots. Each attempt, each mistake, teaches you something new. That's how you move forward. 2. When you start now, you build momentum. Taking the first step may feel hard, but once you move, the next step becomes easier. Action creates energy. You feel proud of yourself, even if the step is small. That pride motivates you to keep going, and before you know it, you've built a habit. 3. Starting now builds confidence. Confidence doesn't come from waiting. It doesn't come from imagining yourself doing something perfectly. It comes from trying, learning, and realizing, I can actually do this. Each small action is proof to yourself that you are capable. And here's something powerful. Starting now means you start collecting results immediately. They may not be big at first, but they add up. 5 minutes a day becomes hours. A few new words become sentences. One conversation becomes many. Over time, these small steps create big changes. So remember this. You don't need the perfect moment. You don't need everything planned. You don't need to feel completely ready. You just need to begin. Because the benefits of starting today are far greater than the comfort of waiting. What you can do today. Now, let's make this very practical. I don't want you to just listen and feel inspired. I want you to take action today. Even if it's small, even if it feels almost too simple, remember that action is what creates change. Here are a few things you can do right now to begin. 1. Speak one sentence out loud. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. You can say, today I'm learning English. Or, I listened to a podcast. Speaking out loud trains your mouth, your brain, and your confidence. 2. Write something short. Take 1 minute and write 3 sentences about your day. For example, I woke up early. I had breakfast. I am listening to this podcast. That's it. Writing makes your learning visible. 3. Learn 5 new words. Pick 5 simple words and practice using them in your own sentences. Don't just memorize, use them. When you use words, they stay with you. 4. Listen with focus. Choose a short piece of English audio, a podcast, a video, or even a song. Listen for just 5 minutes with full attention. Try repeating what you hear. This sharpens your ears and improves your pronunciation. 5. Connect with someone. Send a short message to a friend in English, or join a group where people practice together. Communication is where the real growth happens. Remember, you don't need to do all of these today. Choose just one. Take one small step. That step will give you energy, confidence, and momentum for tomorrow. The key idea is this: don't wait for a perfect plan. Don't wait until you feel fully ready. Start small, start simple, but start today. What you can do today. Now that we've talked about why it's important to start now, you may be asking yourself, okay, I understand, but what should I actually do today? That's a great question. And the good news is this: you don't need to do anything big today. You don't need to spend hours studying. You don't need to buy special books or wait for the perfect moment. You just need to take one small, real step. Something possible. Something simple. Something that moves you forward. So, let's look at some easy actions you can take today. Yes, today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when you feel less tired. Not when you finally have more free time.
But today.
1. Set a small goal. One of the biggest reasons people don't take action is because their goals feel too big. They say, I want to be fluent in English. I want to get my dream job. I want to move to another country. These are wonderful goals, but they are big goals, and big goals can feel scary. When something feels too big, we often don't even start. So instead of looking at the big dream, break it down. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today that will bring me closer to that big goal? For example, if your big goal is to speak English fluently, your small goal for today could be, repeat 5 sentences from this podcast out loud. That's it. Just 5. If your goal is to learn more vocabulary, your small goal could be, learn 3 new words and use them in your own sentences. Small goals are powerful because they are easy to start. And when you complete them, you feel successful. That feeling of success gives you energy to keep going tomorrow. 2. Start with what you already have. Many people wait because they think they need more tools, more time, or more knowledge. They say, I'll start when I buy a better book. Or, I'll start when I have a free weekend. But here's the truth. You already have enough to begin. Do you have a phone? Then you can listen to podcasts. You can record your own voice speaking in English. Do you have 10 minutes? Then you can read a short article or write a few sentences about your day. You don't need perfect tools. You don't need a perfect plan. What you need is the decision to use what you already have right now. 3. Practice English in your daily life. Since you're listening to this podcast, I know your goal is not only to learn about life, but also to improve your English. The good news is you can do both at the same time. You don't always need a classroom or a teacher. You can practice in simple ways throughout your day. For example, talk to yourself while walking. Describe what you see in short, simple sentences. I see a tree. The tree is tall. There is a dog under the tree. It may feel funny at first, but it's real practice, and it works. Keep a short journal. At the end of your day, write 3 to 5 sentences in English. It doesn't matter if they are simple. What matters is that you are writing and practicing every day. Use your hobbies. If you enjoy music, listen to a song in English and try to understand the lyrics. If you love movies, watch one with English subtitles. If you enjoy cooking, watch a cooking video in English and learn new food words. When you connect English practice with things you already enjoy, learning feels easier, and more fun. 4. Repeat it tomorrow. This may be the most important step of all. Don't just do something once. Do it again tomorrow. One small action is good, but repeating it every day is what makes it powerful. That's how habits grow. When you repeat, it becomes part of your routine. And the more you repeat it, the easier it feels. What was once difficult becomes natural. Quick review. So, what can you do today? Set a small goal. Use what you already have. Practice English in real life. Repeat it tomorrow. We are now at the end of today's episode. But before we finish, I want to speak directly to you, not just to your ears, but to your heart. I want you to remember these words long after this podcast is over. You are capable. Yes, you. Maybe you don't always feel ready. Maybe you think you are too late, too busy, or not good enough. But here's the truth. You are ready enough to begin. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to wait for some magical time in the future. What you need is to believe that your small actions matter. And they do. Many people in the world are waiting. They are waiting for the right time, the right feeling, the right situation. But while they wait, time keeps moving. Opportunities pass by. Days turn into months. Months turn into years. And dreams begin to fade. Don't let that happen to you. You are here right now listening to this podcast because something inside you wants more. You want to grow. You want to learn. You want to do something good with your life. And that desire matters. It means you care. It means you are already one step ahead of everyone who is still doing nothing. So here is the message I want you to carry with you today. The best time is not tomorrow. The best time is now. Today might not be perfect. Maybe you're tired. Maybe your schedule is full. Maybe you made mistakes this week. But you are still here. You are still listening. You are still trying. That is powerful. You don't need a perfect day to do something meaningful. You just need to make a decision. I will take one step today. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't see the tree right away. You don't eat the fruit that same day. But you plant the seed because you believe in the future. You believe that something small today can grow into something great tomorrow. And you're right. So, what will your small step be today? Maybe you will repeat a few sentences from this podcast out loud. Maybe you will write a short paragraph in English about how you feel. Maybe you will open your English book, message a friend in English, or simply talk to yourself in the mirror. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is that you do it. You're not waiting anymore. You're doing. You are moving. And every small action brings you closer to your goal. The more you take action, the more confident you will feel. And one day, you will look back and say, I'm so glad I started when I did. So, my final encouragement to you is this. Don't just finish this podcast and return to waiting. Choose one action. Take one step. Begin today. Because the future you want is built by the choices you make now. And I believe in you. The best time is now. Not tomorrow. Not someday in the future.
Now.
When you press play on this podcast, when you repeat even one sentence, or when you write even one word, you're already proving that you can grow. Progress is not about making a huge jump in one day. Progress is about small steps, repeated again and again. And every small step you take is a victory. Maybe you think your English is not good enough yet. Maybe you feel tired or busy. Maybe you are waiting for the perfect day to start. But the truth is, the perfect day will never come. Life is always busy. You will always feel a little unsure. That is normal. But if you take action today, even a very small action, you are moving forward. and forward is the only direction that matters. Think of it like planting a seed. When you put a seed in the ground, you don't see a tree the next morning. You don't see fruit right away. But you still plant it because you believe that one day it will grow. That's exactly how learning English works. Today you say one sentence. Tomorrow you listen for 5 minutes. Next week you write a short note. Each step is like watering the seed. Each step is helping your English grow. So ask yourself right now, what is my small step today? Maybe you will repeat a few sentences from this podcast. Maybe you will write a short paragraph about how you feel. Maybe you will say one sentence out loud in front of the mirror. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is that you do it. Because when you act, you grow. And when you wait, you stay in the same place. You don't need to wait. You are ready enough. You are strong enough.
And you are not alone.
I am here with you, and this podcast, Super English Talks, is here to guide you, to encourage you, and to practice with you. So don't just finish this episode and go back to waiting. Take action now. Do something today, even if it is just for 5 minutes. Even if it is just one word, do it today. Because today is the day that counts. Thank you so much for being here with me. I know you are busy. I know you have many things to do in your life. And I am proud of you for choosing to spend this time learning, listening, and growing. Remember, you are already doing better than you think. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, keep moving forward. And never forget, the best time to begin is always now.